Looks like we're live and recording. Awesome. All right. Well, my name is Aaron. I am not the lead of app marketplace, as you guys probably know. I go through, I guess, at the Google Summer of Code Summit. I'm not sure exactly the naming. And I'm kind of familiar with the marketplace side of things and a little bit familiar with the app side. So hopefully I can give you guys kind of a good explanation of things. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. All right. So I think the actual title of this is like Rocket.Chat Marketplace onboarding. But yep, go ahead.
Should we just do like a quick round of introductions?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So you know who's here. Who's gonna be first?
Yeah.
Shandy, William.
Okay. I'm going to be handling the SMB accounts on sales team worldwide. Basically that.
Awesome.
Shandy.
Yeah, my name is Alexander Fornes. I'm responsible for Latin America, Asia, and Oceania, for all the customers that I need to care of. Okay.
Kiki, you're upside down, but
Hi. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. So my name is Shikime. You can just call me Shiki, and I'm from China. And I'm a supposed developer of the Rocket.Chat, and I working on the apps engine this summer. And I will continue on this stuff to make our apps engine more powerful and to make it a good platform for the apps.
Awesome.
Did I think we get everybody? I guess you're the last one.
I'm the last one. Hi, Aaron. Nice to meet you. Finally meet you. I cannot see you, but I know you're there.
So I can return my camera on. I forget where the window's here, I guess.
Okay, no worries. So yeah, I'm very excited to be working with you. So I'm going to be leading the sales in North America. So basically US. Oh, there you go. Basically US and Canada. So I think I'm going to be working very closely with you as much as I can, learning from you a lot. Yeah, I'm very excited, buddy. So let's do it.
Awesome. All right.
And you introduce yourself. What is your role and what do you do? Just so you know.
Yeah. So my actual title is lead cloud architect, and I am I guess I do the cloud. We have a talk on that. I guess what is that? I think Thursday. So I can go into more detail, but yeah, basically running all the cloud services and stuff kind of falls under my area. So. And marketplace happens to be one of those that's kind of under my area, but it's kind of a co-effort. But yeah, so all right. Let's do this.
Thank you.
All right, so Rocket.Chat apps and marketplace. So I think as I was kind of saying, so this was originally the marketplace. It was called like the marketplace onboarding. But we kind of we tried to tie in the apps just to kind of maybe give you guys a little bit of a kind of a fuller understanding of what's going on. I listened to Gabriel's presentation, and I think he actually kind of described apps a little bit and kind of how we're planning on using them. But hopefully we can kind of tie that together with and extend that a little bit. All right. So I guess what are Rocket.Chat apps? So they're plugins that the user installs in the workspace to extend its functionality. The idea is that kind of in conjunction with the marketplace, users will be able to discover apps and then install them without having to have like any sort of technical knowledge. I threw this Lego Mindstorm. I don't know if anybody's familiar with the Lego Mindstorm. But basically it's like this little robot brain, right? So there's this brick here in the middle. It's like that's the piece that you get, and then like from that, combined with other pieces, you can construct a robot. So kind of like the apps and the apps engine. So you'll hear apps engine mentioned a lot. So the apps engine is like the piece that runs inside of Rocket.Chat. And so with the app engine, it actually provides like an interface to Rocket.Chat. So it says kind of like the portion on the Lego Mindstorm. So it's like, here's this piece. We're exposing this type of functionality to you. You can build your thing. So with that, people can bring in like their different pieces. They can bring in their external systems and whatnot, and so they can construct this app or this like in the Lego Mindstorm case, they can construct a robot. So that analogy might kind of help make sense of what apps are. Let's see. So I guess what Rocket.Chat apps aren't. So they are not mobile apps. So this is going to be probably one of the things that we'll have to be super careful with when we talk to customers, is making sure to talk about mobile apps as in like mobile clients or mobile applications, something to help kind of keep the difference clear in their mind that a Rocket.Chat app is not actually like the mobile app they install on their phone. Like a Rocket.Chat app is a piece of functionality inside of Rocket.Chat. So this is kind of one of those key things to try to probably wrap your head around and kind of understand. That way, when we talk to customers, that they can have it as clear as we do. All right, so the marketplace itself, what is it? So the marketplace is our platform to distribute the Rocket.Chat apps. We allow developers or publishers from the community, other companies, to create apps and to publish them to the marketplace. Right now we have, I think we have like maybe 20, 30 apps that may be a little bit high. But from the community right now, all are free. That's the only way we've enabled them to submit them currently. But our Atlassian apps, which I think Gabriel talked about a little bit last time, are the current apps that we have available to purchase. And so we actually have a plan to allow publishers to monetize their apps, and they'll be kind of like 70-30 split. We get to keep 30% of each transaction. So this is kind of going to be one of those sources of revenue that we hope will kind of open the gate. I think Gabriel actually, like, the plan is that a lot of the apps, a lot of the enterprise functionality will become apps. So then, then the marketplace will really be like one of the key parts of Rocket.Chat. Because at that point, everything will be bought through it. All right, so I guess kind of going through purpose.
Hey, Aaron.
Yeah. What's up?
I have a question. Is there a place that we can look and see all the apps that we have today?
Yeah. Actually, let me just show you real quick. So you can go to Rocket.Chat/marketplace. We don't have it linked to the website currently, I think. I think we're trying to like refactor it a little bit.
Yeah.
But if you go to /marketplace,
yeah.
So we have kind of a list of of the apps, like the Jira Cloud integration. That's one of our Atlassian apps that are available for purchase. Probably the best place to view them, though, is actually within Rocket.Chat itself. And that's just because you can actually see the pricing and everything currently. The website currently it does not display any pricing. Like this one actually has pricing associated.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I just wanted to have an idea of the functionalities that we have available, so we can use that as a pitch or with our customers later on. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I think this is one of those cases that I don't think this is mentioned in the slide deck, but we're actually working on a like the publisher UI to like let the publishers come on, list their pricing and everything. So kind of the idea is that once that is actually finished and we can let them start onboarding, then we're probably gonna have to start like evangelizing, like getting the whole apps concept out there to our community so that they know, hey, you can actually sell apps through the marketplace, and we hope that'll actually increase the number of apps, because compared to other marketplaces, this is not a lot yet. It's a good number of these are actually us. So we and like former members of the team and stuff. Like I think this one's one of ours. We've got a couple of like super active developers that like Tenor, Giphy, Math are all done by him. So, but the idea is to actually get more people. Because it's I guess it's going to come down to like materials, like getting people on here. I think the more awareness we drive around the marketplace and apps, I think it'll catch on pretty quickly once we start actually promoting it.
Awesome.
Good question. Yeah. So the purpose, so the main purpose is like one of the reasons the apps exist, period, is because like a lot of times people would say, hey, I want functionality X. I want to be able to type this message and this happens. And we're like, that's not really something we want to add to the main product. Like if we add that, that's just going to add a bunch of like unnecessary weight to our main product. There's also things like we have baked into the product now that's like 95% of people don't use this feature. So we really need some way to allow people to add these little additional bits of functionality without weighing down Rocket.Chat for everybody. So that's kind of one of the purposes, is we've got to really, I guess, expand that set that apps can do. So right now, I think apps can do like slash commands. So you type slash and then you start writing a command, and it can handle those. It can do like action link. So it sends a message and you can click a button in the message to perform an action. I think there's actually like a game developer. I think actually Shiki May, I think you're actually involved in this project, but the gaming aspect, like actually letting people do games, and I think that whole idea is going to open up possibilities to people and to embed pieces inside of Rocket.Chat. So like it maybe embed like a CRM inside Rocket.Chat, or not necessarily embed a view to a CRM, or embed a view to another system, or it's going to kind of open up the doors. So that's kind of the purpose of, I guess, the apps in general, is to just, we want to keep unlocking as much functionality the apps can actually do. So to allow them to extend things, to allow like we have a whole slew of identity providers. And right now, like each one of those, we have to add those to the core code base. But if we could actually allow apps to handle this, then the identity provider could actually maintain that app piece themselves, externally from Rocket.Chat. So something happens, they can update that. They need to add a new feature, they update that app, and people can just plug those functionalities into Rocket.Chat without really weighing down Rocket.Chat. So that's kind of like the core driving thing here, is just allowing people to extend Rocket.Chat without having to like fork or add code to Rocket.Chat. And then, of course, look at the marketplace side. We want to then leverage that to we want monetize that and make a portion of the profits. So
That's awesome.
Let's see. Sorry, I actually didn't write these slides that are listed, so I'm I'm kind of going a little bit off cuff, but trying to stay on his topic. Let's see. Sorry. So kind of some of our challenges is adopting the. I guess I'm just going to read this. Our biggest challenge is as of now, is the increase of the adoption of the apps engine, which is the framework they use to make Rocket.Chat apps. To achieve that, we need to add additional functionality, improve documentation, increase exposure. So kind of like the stuff I was talking about before, kind of like what the purpose is. Sorry. My children all came to me and decided that they, at this exact moment, since it's during lunchtime, needed help opening their lunch.
Perfect timing,
Yeah, I know. It was like it happened to go on lunchtime, and I was like, I guess I can do it. Sorry. All right. But yeah, so that's kind of like the core challenge. It's like adding additional functionality to the apps engine. That way, we make a more attractive offer.
Right.
So more people will come in, create apps, and then we can actually leverage that marketplace to get the 30% from these sales.
Got it.
All right, so the team members. So this is kind of a like I said, the marketplace is kind of like I don't really know if we have a name for like this cross section. I think at one time we threw around the term like squad or something, but really it's like a cross section of teams. So like Douglas, Shikime, like they're like the apps guys. Me and Bradley, so we're part of the cloud team, and we're really driving the actual service, so the actual marketplace service itself that we run in our infrastructure. So that's kind of how I guess it divides. Is that there's basically a cross section of teams making marketplace happen. All right, so that's all I have for a presentation. Very short.
That's great.
If there is like questions or stuff, we do have a channel, Rocket.Chat Marketplace, kind of like the others, like Rocket.Chat Sales, Rocket.Chat Cloud, Rocket.Chat Dev, etc. Basically, like that, the kind of like the channel for communication with the marketplace team. So if there's something going on with the marketplace, that's the place to talk about it. I think you'll probably have to request access. I think it's one of those.
I have a.
Yeah, go for it. Go questions. Yeah.
Yeah, I do have a question. Actually, I have a couple.
Yeah,
I'm annoying. Anyways,
no, you're helping actually make this at least 30 minutes, hopefully. That's a good thing.
We do. Yeah, so I was added to the marketplace ops.
Okay.
For that one, I'm trying to understand. Like, I can see every time someone's purchasing an app, I can see that there.
Yep.
However, when I try to click on it, I go to a place that I don't think I have access to it. Where does it go to it? Where does it go to? Because I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah. Okay. So this is going to kind of bleed into the cloud topic, but that actually links you to the cloud like dashboard. And that's something that we've got to actually get you guys onboarded onto. And potentially we'll maybe start linking to the CRM once that integration is finished. But yes, that links to the actual, when they, I guess just kind of describe kind of a quick process. We'll probably have a bit of overlap next Thursday. But so people when they actually create like a Rocket.Chat workspace, they register with us. And so when they register with us, they register in the cloud system, and then in the marketplace, when they actually make a purchase, it's associated with that cloud account. So that's why we link directly to there. So mostly in this case, it's for like troubleshooting purposes. So that, hey, something's a little amiss here, or hey, I want to see more details. But yeah, we need to actually make that like viewable sales.
Got it.
Because yeah, I could see me actually see, okay, who is this person?
Exactly. Yeah.
That would be useful.
Right.
But yeah, so that's basically like a real time feed of all purchases happening, free or otherwise, inside of the marketplace.
Hey, Aaron.
Yep.
Do we have a roadmap for apps?
I don't know that we have like one like super like clearly defined. I think the Asana project is probably like your best bet right now for viewing like what's on the more immediate roadmap. But I don't think we have like any sort of like public or like super concise list yet. Douglas may know that, and he may be sending me messages after this, like, "Hey, what are you talking about? It's right here." But to my knowledge, like the Asana is currently the only place that has that that kind of list.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a great question.
Is the objective of apps like making the integrations that we have today in a way that people that are not developers can use those integrations?
Yes, that's exactly one of the objectives. Yeah. So like right now, if they wanted to add additional functionality, they would have to actually code into Rocket.Chat.
Yeah.
Like they'd have to like open the code base, add the code, and then if we didn't want to accept the change into the code, then they'd have to actually run a fork of Rocket.Chat. So yeah, this is a way to say, okay, any user anywhere, just download our pre-compiled release of Rocket.Chat, and then just go in the marketplace and tap. And we want to make it really that easy to add additional functionality. Yeah, that's definitely a goal.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks.
Any other questions? Let's see. So maybe let me actually see if I can open this up real quick.
Yeah, I see that inside of Rocket.Chat, I have one server just for myself, and in apps, it's blank. There's not, because I think that I have to first install from Marketplace and then it will go to app, right?
Yeah, exactly. So like here, this this view is kind of like the list of apps that we have actually downloaded here on Open, which we try out quite a few of the apps. We have a few that are actually not in the marketplace. The status, marketplace staff, those are apps that are actually not in the marketplace. But yeah, so you would actually click go to view marketplace, and then from here, like this is the actual view that like end customers see. So you can see like here, this is $5 a month. Let me see if this actually unauthorized. I don't think I'm not logged in. Just a second. That's what I thought. So as you see, it's actually linked to the cloud. Right. Yeah, so you have to actually register. Once you're registered, you can go to the marketplace and actually purchase things. You see this one's actually, there we go. Yeah, so you can see like this is actually what pops up when they try to purchase these. We get a 14-day trial, the number of seats they want, auto filled with the number of seats on the server. You can see in our case, we have a lot of users on open. So that would be an extremely expensive app for us to purchase from ourselves. Well, actually, it's saying 100. Oh yeah, I guess Bamboo is actually one of the cheaper apps. But yeah, so you can see like the actual process here, like the plan, trial period, price. They don't have a card linked. It'll actually let them enter a card here. But yeah, all this is integrated with the cloud systems, like your cloud identity, and then the marketplace. This is actually kind of a portal to the marketplace itself. Yeah, I guess any other questions around the listing, the purchasing, the apps?
No, I don't have it.
I'm trying to think if there's any other that might pop up later on.
Yeah, we have another meeting on cloud on Friday.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I have questions, but they're not about apps.
Right,
So I'm going to move to the call on Friday.
Okay, fair enough.
Aaron.
All right. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, I can
I
hear
have
you.
a question. If I create like this app, how much I will receive in terms of money and to share this app with Rocket.Chat?
Yeah. So the agreement that we have now, nobody's actually doing this yet. But when we actually open up the publisher UI, it'll be a 30-70 split. So the publisher will get 70%, and then we will get 30% of every transaction. So like this is $15 a month, we would get 30% of that. And you can list the kind of the ways you can
for Rocket.Chat, right?
Right, 30% for Rocket.Chat. Let me see if I can. I don't know if I can quickly show you the ways that you can charge. Let's see. Yeah, I guess here's like the plan. This is kind of like just a preview of the plan. So you can actually define like the range. So like we have from 1 to 10 users is $5 flat, 5 cents for per user, 11 through 50. So you can define these price ranges, and publishers will be able to do the same thing. They can also set a flat fee. So if they want to charge like $5 or $4.99 or however they want to price their app, they can do that also. And in the future, we will actually have a yearly option here, so that you could pay the Bitbucket integration yearly. Of course, ideally, most people will actually buy the enterprise version and get this these apps bundled with it. But we do offer them outside of the bundle.
Yeah, I have one question about the pricing. Let's suppose that I have one company that has 1,000 users in Rocket.Chat, and I want this Jira Cloud app, for example. I can choose how many users I need for this app, or I have to buy for all the users in Rocket.Chat.
So yeah, so we go based off of active users. So in Rocket.Chat, you can like activate or deactivate users. So we go based on the number of accounts that are activated, and that's like our pricing metric. So if you were to come in here and you were to say, I want your cloud integration, but I want it for 100 seats. If you were to then install that app, the Rocket.Chat itself, like the app engine, would do like a verification. Like, okay, you have a license here for 100 seats, but you have like 1,000 users, and it would actually turn the app off. and send them an alert.
So you cannot, so you cannot like buy, like you cannot choose exactly the number of users that you want to give this app. You are only going to use the active users number, right?
Yeah, right now that is the way it would work. In the future, that may be something that can be done, is somehow limit an app to a certain number of users, so you don't have to buy as many seats. But right now, yeah, it is based on the number of users on the server.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually I think a case that I think after we launched this pricing became kind of maybe a little bit more. It came up, like the case didn't even come up when we were thinking of it, but I think it's come up since. Like I think just in the last few days, somebody's actually asked that exact type of question. I don't know exactly what we'll do for it. I think that'll kind of come down to, that may come down to like sales, like if it's sales and then the product, like the Rocket.Chat product team, just to if it actually is something that needs to be done, like if it's causing sales to be lost or something. I think it's kind of an assessment that'll have to be made.
Yeah, of course.
Any other questions?
I have a question for you, Eric.
Yep.
Oh, go ahead.
So go whoever, whoever, go ahead.
Who has a question, Alexandre or Eduardo?
Chiqui.
Eduardo.
Chiqui, okay.
So nobody's talking, so I guess you can go ahead. No?
No, thank you. For me?
Okay.
I can't hear Shiki. Hang on, guys. I can't hear Shiki. He's asking a question. I guess, can you guys hear him?
I can't hear him. I can see him.
I'm not hearing him.
I can't hear him.
I can hear. It's so funny. I can hear him too. I can't totally hear him. Shiki, can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear him, and he can hear me.
I can't hear him.
Hey, Shiki, can you
leave the room?
Leave the room for a little bit and come back.
I think just refreshing might do the trick.
So while he's doing that, I have a question for you, Aaron.
Yep.
How often are you interacting with direct customers? Do you even interact with direct customers?
Are you talking about in the context of marketplace or me in general?
Or anything.
Me in general. Me in general, fairly often. I think right now we're kind of we're missing kind of that sales engineer person, and so a lot of times, like if it comes down to like a deployment related thing, like hey, we're trying to deploy, we're trying to figure out like the type of planning we need to do for our infrastructure, then it comes to me or someone on my team. So, and then I'm pretty active in the community, so I do often interact with customers that just like drive by. I spot them like, hey, that looks like somebody that we're talking to. So I often do refer to sales. So I guess I have a fair amount of customer contact.
That's awesome. So if I have a question or anything, can I just reach out directly to you, or should I go somewhere else first?
I guess it depends on the type of question. if you're talking about like a product question, like Rocket.Chat product question, like Rocket.Chat itself, then like somebody on like Diego, Rodrigo, somebody that's probably I could probably answer it, but they're probably a little bit better. Like it's probably better to go down through that flow. It's like cloud related, deployment related, marketplace related. Then yeah, for sure. I mean, if you have something nobody else will answer, like feel free to shoot it my way. I will. I'll do my best to get you where you need to go. But yeah, typically the cloud related stuff and deployment related is kind of my area.
Shiki, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Oh, we can hear you. Awesome. Or I can.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Aaron, I have a question. So, yeah. So you just talk about the subscription and the verification, the user's number, and we to verification if have the seats for the users, and we have plans to support the LGAP servers. When the servers are running on offline, how can we verify these such users?
Yeah. Okay. So when they purchase an app, they're actually provisioned a license from the marketplace. In the AirGap case, they're actually like we deliver the plan is we actually aren't doing this yet, but the plan is we actually be delivering the license and the app together. And then when they do that, then the engine itself verifies. It checks the license. The license says 100 seats are allowed. The engine then compares the number of seats in license to the number of seats active, and then it does. It actually will shut off the app, send an alert, that sort of stuff. So we actually we kind of debated that. We're like, okay, so how do we do this? And it really came down to we have to. There's no way around it. Even for non air gapped. If they cut off, if they get smart and they cut off internet access, or they block the marketplace, so it stops reporting back. There's really no way that we can trust them to report back information. So we have to do that kind of validation in Rocket.Chat itself. So in the engine.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep. Any other questions? All right. Well, if you think of any, shoot them my way.
What is your channel again on Rocket.Chat? What is the channel that you guys have?
Rocket.Chat-marketplace. I think you might have to be added to it. I can go ahead and add you guys to it. It's
awesome.
kind of one of those things that since we're on a public server, we have to do private groups.
Yeah.
So it's one of those ongoing hassles that we just kind of deal with for now. Eventually, I think the idea is maybe we get on a private server so we can have open channels, which would be much nicer for collaboration. But yeah, I'll add you guys to the channel right after this call.
Thanks so much, Aaron.
Thank you very much.
I'm very excited to be working with you, man. I'm gonna need a lot of help here in the US. So.
All right, sounds good.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
Aaron. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.